Hello, my name is Derek and this is my overview video on my research. So my research question was, what was the effect of the Great Awakening on the Revolutionary War and the founding of the United States of America? The Great Awakening was a period of revival in the British American colonies that peaked in the 1740s. Influenced by the Pietist movement, it was made up of traveling preachers heralding the call for true conversion. These evangelical ministers toured and spoke to crowds throughout the colonies. American ministers such as Cotton Mather, as early as 1710s, spoke of the need for revived faith in his life and those in New England. Smith, 2014. This feeling was influenced by the work of the Pietists. A Pietist of the Dutch Reformed Church, Theodorus Frelinghuysen, also had a major impact in the middle colonies in the 1720s. We also saw in this early period William Tennant, who started his log college to train more ministers in the colonies. Smith, 2014. By the late 1730s, English missionaries John and Charles Wesley and then George Whitefield would come and preach in the colonies. These Methodists preached a message also inspired by the Moravian Pietists, who advocated for full conversion and the living of a holy life. American preacher Jonathan Edwards preached sermons calling for people to repent and follow the Lord, and his infamous sinners in the hands of an angry God. This call to revival led to the call to cast down the chains of sin. And this was an evoking of liberty that would resonate with the dissident believers who sought more freedom in Puritan New England and the Anglican Southern colonies. An example of the Puritan New England fight was Davenport protesting the publications of those he disagreed with. This continued to bring out the language of liberty from sin, but also from the authorities that they disagreed with. George Whitefield was among many who railed against the potential for religious abuse by the British Crown. Whitefield, in his 1746 sermon, celebrated the defeat of the Jacobites at the Battle of Culloden as a victory for religious liberty, as they now no longer had to worry of another Catholic king who could reinstate his views on the empire and strip them of their religious liberties. Whitefield, Gattis, 2012. This same rhetoric was also be used later on as the Quebec Act created a panic amongst the colonists who viewed their liberty, particularly their religious and civil liberties, as a major selling point of where they were. By the 1760s, as these British policies, acts, and taxes pushed the Americans to resist governmental authorities, many founders returned to the practices of the itinerant preachers. Patrick Henry, for example, who was a child hearing these preachers, particularly Samuel Davies, he presented a elocution style that was often similar to that of the preachers who sought to rally the souls of men around them to their cause. Cohen, 1981. While many also found inspiration for their claims of freedom from liberal philosophers such as John Locke, we also see this rhetoric found in the language of the rationalist camp of the church during this period. So many have pointed to the religious inspiration for the founding, and this can certainly be argued from the historical record. So while it is hard to directly draw a line between the religious leaders of the Great Awakening and the American Revolution, we can see that the church was a major influence on the founders as they found justification for their exit from a system that no longer worked for them. Thank you.